ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are live. We are live on our YouTube, and welcome to the live podcast, Don't Wait to Be Great. So I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, and let's do a microphone check. Can you guys hear me? Cassandra, Mr. Wonder, can y'all hear me okay? Because sometimes I come in here talking, y'all can't hear a word I'm saying. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. And I want to give a big shout out to all of my TikTok folks that came over. I went live 30 minutes prior to being here, and I just wanted to make sure that my TikTok people can hear me loud and clear, because I promise Miss Brittany, I promise Tawanda, I promise Kate. What's up, Kate? I promise Miss Tasha. I promise Chantel. I promised all of y'all that I was going to be live on YouTube, and I'm going to show y'all 1,000 pictures, and I'm going to show y'all what I saw 8 years ago, how God showed me my dream, y'all, through a lady that was doing it the wrong way. But before I get too far, watch this, Tasha. My name is Derek Forston. And for a lot of you new people, I'm your new big brother. I'm the guy you've been praying for. So between God and me and my wife and my family, God has answered your prayer. You've been trying to figure out, how do you get into something like this? How do you start a housing program without a license? Without all the jumping of the red tape? Without all the people trying to hide it from you? Guys, my name is Derek Forston, and we trademarked Independent Living Facility. I'm the guy that created it. So if you go to the website that looks up the patents and the trademarks, you're going to see my name and my big mouth talking about independent living facilities, which for us is an environment where adults are able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. Tawanda, these are not group homes. Tasha, these are not ALFs. Shanika, these are not like these IDDs where you need staff, state oversight, a license, a $30,000 sprinkler system. The devil is a liar. Samara, this don't require any of that. You know that. How many of you all have been trying to do something like this for a long time but just kind of couldn't figure it out? See, I told my TikTok people I just got kicked out of TikTok. Man, they did it again because I keep saying that phone number. TikTok got this thing, y'all, that if I say a phone number, they think I'm giving out y'all phone number. So I literally just got kicked off of TikTok. But congratulations to all the people that did make it here, because I just risked myself being kicked off of TikTok probably for 3 days again because I wanted y'all to be here. So I want to say thank you, because you're going to find out today the thing you've been praying for, the thing you've been trying to do all these years, God allowed me to go through the bumps, the bruises, the lawsuits, and all of these things to get it down to a science the way that we have it now. And my job is to teach it to you. I'm also super excited that for the first time ever, I'm also doing a 3-day challenge, right? So I speak all over the world. I coach everywhere. I have master classes. I got one-on-one coaching. We got do-it-yourself coaching. We got group coaching, but I've never done a 3-day challenge. So May 20th, 21st, and 22nd, we actually have an ILF 3-day challenge. And before I leave off of this YouTube channel today, we're going to unveil what the website is and the registration and how do you sign up. But I'm going to tell you right now, I made this thing so crazily affordable, you will be doing yourself a disservice if you don't get it. Especially for people that have claimed, like me, that you felt led to get into this. You felt called to get into this. Most of you guys are just like me and my family. Y'all love God, y'all love people, and you trying to get into real estate, or you love real estate. Mr. Jackson, you just like me, big bro. You love God. Tiffany, you love people. And Tiffany, you and your family been in real estate so long, this just made sense to you. Good to see you, sis. Tiffany, you're somebody already been in real estate. This was a natural progression for you to now make more income and more impact. Me and my wife own property and we do a bunch of stuff with real estate. I rent to a mom, dad, 3 kids and all of that. But with the ILF model, we house the independent adult that is able to live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. And watch this, we're going to be together for probably an hour and a half today. But if you forget everything that I say, all this is, y'all, is real estate, the love of God, and social services all mixed together. And I got a bunch of pictures and things that I'm going to show you, but literally God showed me my dream through somebody that was doing this the wrong way. I saw a lady doing exactly what I'm telling y'all right now. She was doing this in rats and roaches and making $41,000 a month doing it. Put in the chat if you made $41,000 a month. Brittany, would that change your life a little bit? And I always give the disclaimer, Tiffany, that if that amount of money is too low, excuse my ignorance. Because as a social worker, I made $28,000 a year. That lady showed me in her cell phone, Miss Lisa. She said, Derek, I ain't going to just tell you. She said, boop, 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 boop. I'll never forget this, Lisa. She had a Chase Bank app. And as clear as day, she says, Derek, I'll never teach you how to do this. Miss Alina, she was honest with me. Derek, I'll never teach you this, bro. But look at how much I make doing it. I said, She scrolled month for month for month and showed me $41,000 a month. Now, this is before I found out about the rats and the roaches, because I promised y'all I was going to show y'all that. Put in the chat one more time before I bring my slides up. How many of you all that would be absolutely life-changing for you, Alina, if you made 41,000 bands a month? I'm going to check the chat. I do so much talking, I don't know how to go on the chat. I want to see. Good morning, Miss Joanne. 41 grand a month. Guys, I nearly fainted and they had to pick me up off the ground because I was like, 48 grand a month and here I am making 28 grand a year? Is it just me? Brittany said her too. Oh, okay, here they come. So I must be a little delayed because Kelly, I got scared, Kelly. I said, Kelly, am I the only one? Kelly said, me too. Tiffany said, life changer. I knew it could. Burton family, I knew it couldn't only be me. I'm going to look a little bit longer. Chantel said, me too. Johnson family said, me too. Katara said, me too. Tawanda said, my Lord. I'm going to look a little further just to see if it's just us, Brittany. Because if it's just us, Brittany, then we slipping. But 41 grand a month. So like I said, in less than 10 minutes of y'all being with me, watch me break it down again. We rent and we lease properties. We connect with social workers and case managers as our funnel system to fill these houses, and we keep it moving. But I always love to show people where it came from, though. Where did this idea come from? Derek, are you some genius? Because if I'm honest, Miss Chong, I barely finished high school. And my wife, Shay, who's getting ready to come on, who does this from a nonprofit standpoint, Shay tricked me to go to college. College was never in my Rolodex of things that I wanted to do. But my wife said, Shay, man, she was like, Derek, what you going to do with yourself, bro? I know you got things going on. You got some side hustles and you keep a little side job and you got a full-time job. But, bro, like, what you going to do with your life, Derek? And Shay drove me to a school, y'all, and tricked me to get signed up. And I joking to say trick me, but when we got in the car, I said, Shay, did that lady just say I start school next month? Yeah. 4.5 years later, I walk across the stage in Jacksonville, Florida with a degree in human services. Now watch this. My role to y'all today is not to tell y'all to go to school to do this. What took me 2 years and I lost, what it was, like 60 pounds? Guys, I used to be a chubby guy. I was kind of a big dude, y'all. But when God gave me this vision, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep until I got it. because these are the conditions that I saw. Remember the lady I told you that was making the 41 grand a month? Y'all, when she refused to teach me, I said, well, Derek, you know where the addresses are. Derek, you're the social worker. You know where to go. The Lawson family, I took a Saturday just like today, now probably 6-7 years ago. And I went to every one of those addresses because I was like, where do I start it? I need a starting point because nobody want to teach me. Remember, guys, I was the social worker, but nobody wanted to show me how to get into this. People were so honest with me. They said, Derek, bro, I'll never teach you how to do this, bro. And back then, I'm going to be honest, nobody kind of had a name to these things. That girl said, Derek, I just rent rooms to people, dog. I said, huh? I said, so this is not a group home? She says, no, Derek. She said, Derek, I don't have a license. And Derek, neither do I own these properties. Huh? So before I get too fancy, me and my wife decided to just like trademark independent living facility. But watch this, Johnson family. I don't care what you call it. Just remember the concept is that we just provide a shared living environment for adults that are able to live and thrive. Thrive means do well, Miss Patricia. Thrive means provide your own transportation. Thrive means cook your own bologna sandwich. Thrive means take your own medication without me trying to pretend to be a nurse. Shout out to all my nurses. Shay, let me know as soon as you're ready. Shay just came into the studio, y'all. Shay, you ready, honey? Okay, so does this make sense so far, everybody? I don't care what you call it. When I found out that I can house adults with no license, no state owners, I said, man, sign me up. So we just turned it into what this is for us, a residence model, a 3-bed, 2-bath. Don't get fancy. 4-bed, 2-bath. Residence model, it's a fancy word, where adults can live and thrive without the need for staff. Now, Frankie, here go your big brother, praying to God, change my life. God, I want to get into real estate. God, I'm poor. I want to make some money. This is me at work, seeing all these bad housing conditions. And the lady that made the 41 grand a month, Miss Johnson, these were her places. And Cassandra, because I knew you weren't going to believe me, Cassandra, I knew this years ago. I said, ooh, when I show people, and I said, when I talk about what this is, Joanne, you remember this talk. I said, people ain't going to believe me. They going to say, Derek, you don't have to juice the story up, bro, to make it sound better. Tell me why you making 41 grand a month and the beds are on the floor. Tell me why the kitchen is halfway burnt up and the stove extracted from the wall and people still cooking on it. Lord have mercy. This is why I tell people, because y'all, we going to laugh today. We going to joke. We going to have a good time. But at certain points like this, I'm going to get serious. And here's one of them. The devil is a liar that you're going to make 41 grand a month and house people in these conditions. And watch this. If this don't break your heart, you on the wrong YouTube channel. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm no pastor. I'm no preacher. I'm not perfect. But if these pictures don't break your heart, Miss Tasha, can you see why I say this? Can you believe people were living in here? Why the beds got to be on the ground? No sheets, no comforter. And I always say this, the Cobb family, if you ain't got your glasses on today, those are cinder blocks that are holding that bed up. Somebody gonna miss this. Don't forget, this the lady making $41,000 a month, Miss Patricia. Miss Patricia, you're gonna forget. You're thinking I'm just showing you somebody that's trying to get started. This girl was established. Lord have mercy. I'm getting ready to bring up my wife because, see, this is where I get carried away at, because this is why I get so passionate and so loud. I'm naturally loud, y'all. Tasha, I just can't help that. That's my coaching style. But the devil is a liar that you're going to walk into my hospital, Miss Kelly, with your red bottom shoes on. Kelly, this girl came in my place with her red bottom shoes on. I took a Saturday just like today, and I saw this stuff right here. Lord have mercy. Can you imagine making 40 grand a month, mistreating people like this? You better not imagine that. Not under me, not under my coaching, not under my tutelage, not even under my free YouTube channel. You can't get into this and do that and making that kind of money. And then all of us begging God to get into it. Let me bring Shay up because I'm going to get carried away. As I bring my wife up, and I'm going to pause this for a second, Pearson family. My wife does what I do from a nonprofit standpoint. And don't forget, all of what you're going to hear today, guys, I got a 3-day challenge coming May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So affordable, most of y'all will do yourself a disservice if you don't get it. We got one-on-one coaching. I got DIY coaching. But for the first time ever, I'm actually doing a 3-day challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I want to bring up to the stage my better half, my absolute better half. We just came off of kind of a vacation. We still kind of on it. Shay just allowed me to come on today. This is my wife, the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, Miss Shay Forston. What's going on, Miss Shay? How you doing today?
Good morning, everybody. Let me get a sound check.
Microphone check. Can y'all hear Shay?
My poor microphone ain't been packing and working for a couple of weeks because y'all see where I'm at, right? For those of you that have been following us, I had relocated from the office because I was working on something. And I told y'all you will know when it is ready because I will be back in the office. So guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I have been hard at work preparing the Know Before You Go nonprofit course, and it is finished. It is finished. It is going through the editing phase. I have one more video to shoot, and I do not need to be in that location to shoot it, which is a special bonus for you all that will be done this week, this upcoming week. And then it will be out on Forston Consultants, available for you all to purchase, so that you can know before you go nonprofit. So a quick introduction of myself. I am Shay Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation. And today just so happens to be that day. 12 years later, that my mom gained her wings. So today on May 10th, and it's funny because I was talking to my siblings last night that the series of events doesn't happen like in the dates. So prime example, the year my mom passed, it was a Saturday and Mother's Day was the next day. So it was really it was somber, man. It was a really, like, anybody who's lost a parent knows that it's one of those things that stick with you. But today is going to be a great day. I talked to some of my siblings this morning and last night, and we were just reminiscing on the goodness, how grateful we are to have a matriarch like my mom, and just to be able to celebrate her with this nonprofit organization. So what an amazing month to be able to even release that nonprofit course, Derek. I didn't even think of that. Yeah. Like, I did
great not timing on that. What
a great time.
What great timing. Wow.
So, like I said, super excited, a little on the emotional side, but not going to bring anybody down with me. And it's not a bad emotional side, right? It's the grace of God when you can think back and say, God, you allowed me to share space with this individual that you ordained to nurture me in life. And that's kind of where I'm at today. But ultimately, guys, I am excited to be here. I'm excited about the challenge that's coming up. I'm excited about being able to share with you all, the impact of having a nonprofit, even if it's not an ILF, but starting a nonprofit and being able to utilize that and leverage it to help build and do better for your community. And I hope that y'all that are interested and have been asking for this course are excited, because it is done. Like, it is done. Derek, I am so, listen, guys, y'all have asked me for years to do this, and it's time.
If you're not a hater, put congratulations, Shay, in the chat. Can 5 of y'all just put congratulations to Shay? Because like she said, not being funny, you guys have been asking her for this for a long time. I kind of helped push it, say, Shay, let's go. So she sat down, zoned out, blocked out her schedule, and literally just got it done. Boom, 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 boom.
In 2 days.
And a lot of you guys, again, because of what we do, most of y'all are going to probably be like me. LLC, S Corp, C Corp, that easy, fast way. But a lot of y'all still like that nonprofit side.
Right.
And that's what Shay specializes on. That's why y'all kind of get the best of both worlds with Shay and I. I used to be the social worker for 9 years on that side. Now I'm on this side of teaching and housing folks.
Yeah.
But Shay is the nonprofit side of it. So best of both worlds there. Put congratulations to Shay. Shay, congratulations to you and everybody that'll actually benefit from it too. Exactly. That's pretty cool. I love that.
There's a lot of things happening with the Angela Denise Foundation, and I'll just make a caveat real quick that we're doing this year. Where, you know, last year we didn't have our annual spa day, but we're bringing that back. So most of you all that are in Forston Consultants database and in the Angela Denise Foundation's database, you receive some emails and text messages about that. We're doing a lot of different things. We've got the shirt line that we're finally, Derek, we've had so many interesting debacles with the shirt line. Like, it is not even funny, but again, all of this stuff will be releasing together, and you all will be able to contribute towards the Angela Denise Foundation through the purchases of items. Like, we've added these amazing glasses to the to the things that you can purchase. And we're just giving gifts along with the donations that people are providing to the Angela Denise Foundation. So a lot is happening. And Forston Consultants has some surprises up our sleeve that we won't tell you about, but you will see them in the upcoming weeks. Just a lot of brainstorming, building, and doing some amazing stuff while on vacation. You know, the mind never rests. Yeah. So we allow time of vacation to be a time of refreshing, one to another, but also to help us develop and think of other opportunities and other things that we can give to you all to provide, just to give y'all sustenance, right? We don't want to just come on here and have conversation. We want to pour into you all, and that way you walk away feeling uplifted. You feel, you see that you can do this. You see that the ILF is not just a figment of your imagination, but it is something that you can really create. It is tangible, it is attainable, and you can make it happen and make a significant impact in your community. So Derek, back to you.
Good stuff. So Shay, right before you came in, I would just break it down to people as I usually do, just to show them where this concept came from. Mm-hmm. So if you just joined us, I pretend that all of us just got here. All we're talking about today is independent living facilities, which is a housing model that's similar to a group home, but without all of the red tape, right? So very simple, guys. We take a 3-bed, 2-bath home, 4-bed, 2-bath home, 1-bed, 1-bath home. We don't care how small or how big it is. You can do it in a mobile home, manufactured home, right? We don't get too picky about that. The only rule that I do have is that I don't want you sharing a wall with nobody, meaning no apartments, no townhouses, no duplexes, unless you're like Miss Charmaine Sanders and you own both sides of it. Charmaine, shout me out if you're here, okay? But other than that, Shay, I want to pick up one more time and just show people what I saw done the wrong way. So I saw a lady doing this, as I just told y'all, the wrong way. And I mean making a bunch of money doing it. I don't hide that from nobody. Because my dream for all of y'all is to please God, help people, have your community congratulate you while you do it, and make enough money to feed your family. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? But the devil is a liar that we're going to do it like this. Right. Why the fan got to be on the banana box? Why the bed got to be on cinder blocks? Come on, guys. We can't do it like this. I'll be that gummed. That's the clean way I'm going to say that you're going to pray God for this kind of money and breakthrough, but then treat people like this. It don't even match. How you make 41 grand a month, but your people live like this? And watch this. Don't get it twisted. I house a lot of guys as pigs. They messy. They don't like to clean. But the rats, the roaches, the people beds on the floor, we ain't doing that. And I'm going to tighten up the ones that need to be taught how to clean. Because we got a standard. 5 of y'all type in the word standard. There's a standard to this. So just one more time, Shane, I'm going to move along. Because I knew people weren't going to believe me the day I showed these pictures. I knew this 8 years ago, Miss Quaney. Miss Clark, I knew 8 years ago. I said, ooh, one day I'm going to tell this story. I said, but nobody ain't going to believe me unless I take pictures of it. Guys, I got videos and pictures that'll break your heart. This is the clean version of a lot of this stuff. YouTube probably won't even let me show y'all some of this stuff. And then when people say, well, Derek, what was the camel that broke the camel? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Yeah. This one. When I saw a lady sleeping on the kitchen floor, paying $750 a month to sleep in front of the kitchen stove. And this the one that I said, man, Derek, you got to quit this job. Excuse me, Shay, I'm sorry. Derek, you got to resign from it. Shay hate the word quit, y'all. We don't quit nothing.
Sorry, I'm actually.
Derek, you got to resign from this job. You can't be a part of this, broker. Derek, you seen it now. Y'all never heard of that thing that says when you see something, Ronald, you can't unsee it? Mr. Jackson, I couldn't unsee once I saw it. The lady that was making the 41 grand a month, when she showed me that, no disrespect, but y'all, she was like a hero to me. But when I found out that she was housing Miss Gina, people in rats, roaches, filth, and in squalor, right. The devil is a liar. And that Saturday, Miss D, when I went to the house, the lady on the kitchen floor, guess who sent her there? Mr. Social Worker Derek. Because I didn't know it, y'all. Yeah, that was a lie. Miss D, I don't want you to think I'm some bad guy. Remember, I told you there was a point where I begged people to show me that I snuck to this. Guys, I'm going to be honest. I had no business at that lady facility. I was breaking rules. None whatsoever. But if I don't, my coaching today is not in 38 states. If I don't, none of y'all are here today. So 6-7 years ago, on a day like today, I snuck into all of her places and I pretended to be staff. And when I ran into a girl, I'm going to just call her Ashley. I said, Ashley, you live here? Ashley looked at me like, Derek, bro, you serious? You sent me here last Tuesday when I was discharged from the hospital, remember? I said, Ashley, where is your bed? Where do you sleep at? Because y'all, the first thing I noticed when I walked in the house, it was like 14 people in a 3-bed, 2-bath home. And one of the bedrooms had a lock on the door. Lord have mercy. Now we're talking 14 people with 2 beds, 2 baths. I said, Ashley, just show me where your bed is and where you sleep at, because look at all of these people. Where do you sleep at? Y'all, this girl walked me to the kitchen. And in front of the kitchen stove, you know that bottom drawer that all of y'all got where y'all cake pans and your muffin pans and your cornbread pans, your Pyrex dishes at? As roaches are running in and out of that drawer, she says, Mr. Derek, this is where I sleep. She had a 3-inch mat, about 3 feet long. Some of y'all grandchildren sleep on these things at their preschool for nap time. This was an adult lady in front of the kitchen floor, in front of the stove. And she says, Derek, my family pays $750 for me to be here. Miss Kelly, you know the part that broke my heart most about this story? Kelly, not that she was sleeping on the ground in front of the stove as roaches were running in and out of it. Kelly, the part that broke my heart, she was glad to be there. She says, Mr. Derek, at least I don't have to be homeless on the street outside. Kelly, I'm going to pretend only me and you in this room. Kelly, can you imagine what that made me feel like? She says, Derek, and what's so crazy, Kelly, she said the same thing that the lady that was running this place always said to me. Derek, they either sleep in here with these roaches or they can go outside. Tasha, the devil is a liar. Can you imagine as you walking in my hospital with your red bottom shoes? Now, for some of y'all that ain't up on fashion, red bottom shoes, guys, can be thousands of dollars in their high heel shoes. And I forget the brand and the guy's name, Louis Vuitton or something. These could be $1,000 pair of shoes, y'all. Gucci belt, Fendi belt, the best weave money can buy, the best extensions money can buy, nails done all the time. Coming up in a Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Escalade. She used to change cars every day of the week, picking up my clients. But when I snuck to her place, Brittany, and I saw what it looked like, I said, boy, I got to leave this job. I can't be a part of this. Not only do I got to leave Brittany, I got to figure out how to get into it. And what most of y'all don't know, it took me 2 years and I lost 60 pounds trying to figure it out. Because once God gave me this vision, I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep until I thought I had it. And today, this is what we make it look like. And again, I'll be honest, Tasha, this ain't rocket science, because Tasha, you're going to think all this stuff brand new. No, it ain't. Because of what we do, this stuff get donated. The only thing that's new in here, boy, my screen did some real crazy then. Hold on, y'all. I got a Zoom meeting that's running right now. That Zoom meeting gonna get all these notes. Tasha, the only thing that's new in this picture are the pillowcase, comforter, sheets, all that other, the bed, that's donated. The headboards, Craigslist. Those little bins, $5. This stuff, yard sale. I'm not asking you to go to rooms to go, Tasha. Miss Frankie, I'm not telling you to go to Haverty's. Those are expensive places. Tiffany's furniture. Today, this is what we make it look like. And watch me end this story and get into some teaching. So again, just to show you guys I'm no genius, I'm a regular everyday guy. That's why May 20, 21, and 22 is going to be so important for you. The 3-day ILF challenge. I'm showing you guys how a regular guy like me that was on the job for 9 years. Miss Frankie, can you tell me why it took me 9 years for the light bulb to come on and say, Derek, what are you doing, dummy? Leave this job and go on the other side of the fence. Miss Frankie, why did it take me 9 years to realize, Derek, everything you prayed and asked God for a dummy, he gave it to you. Watch this. God, I want to help people. God, because, this is how I pray to God, y'all. I said, God, man, I want to help people, man, because, God, in your word, you kind of make it where if I help people, I can't really lose in life. You're going to bless me. And I said, God, I want to be involved in real estate. I said, because, God, I ain't trying to hide it. I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy because I want to build the kingdom, your house. But, God, I got a family. I want to feed my family. And, God, I want to be the biggest giver at my church. I want to be the guy in my city, my community. That's my prayer. Dummy me. God said, Derek, I gave you everything you asked me for, bro. You want to help people? Why you think I allowed you to meet Shay, who was smarter than you, and Shay coerced you, convinced you, tricked you to go to college? And I joke about that all the time because college was not my idea. That was God's idea. He gave it to Shay. He that findeth the wife, Ronald Jackson, findeth the good thing. Shay is my good thing. So y'all don't go to school, but that was my route. Went to school, saw the vision, got the degree, and then God said, Derek, you want to help people? Look at all these people being mistreated through real estate, Derek. Check out these rats and roaches, Derek. Oh, and Derek, you want to make money through real estate? Here's a lady that make 41 grand a month mistreating my people. The devil is a liar. How can you get into it now? And I'll admit, y'all, that's how my mind works. Got a job, saw the problem, jumped into it. And lucky for people like y'all, I made a promise to God 8 years ago. God, you let me get into this. And it worked for me. I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit. Watch me do it now, Brittany. Watch this, y'all. Guys, without God, I'm a nobody. I'm an idiot. I'm a dummy. I'm nobody. But with God, all things are possible. And most of y'all are going to think I'm a genius by the time I'm done today. But I'm not. God just went, he blew one and said, Derek, it's your turn, bro. And Derek, if you teach this to other people, I'll build your blessing into what this is. Watch this, y'all. Can you imagine having a job or a business to where the blessing of God was already built into it? That's what this is. Think about that. Derek didn't say it, that the poor and needy will always be among you. I didn't come up with that. That's scripture. The Bible also says, Miss Elaine, when you do unto the least of thee, God says it's like you're doing it unto me. And I tell people, if you want to be on the books for somebody that owe you a favor, I want to be on God's books. Does that make sense, everybody? God said, Derek, when you do unto the least of thee, let me break it down. That means homeless, marginalized, displaced, poor, needy, the widow. Guys, that's biblical. So guess what the cheat code is I found out in my life? If I do God's will, if I help people, God gonna build the blessing into it. God was just genius enough, not Derek. It wasn't Derek's idea. This God said, Derek, involve real estate in it. Because back to that story, God, I want to be rich. I said, God, everybody I know that's wealthy and rich, they involved in real estate. God, I want to get in real estate. Here I am thinking I got to go and buy it. Now, today we do. But most of y'all just like me, well, you thought you had to buy the real estate. Now, Shay just bought a house, what, last year this time? I can't even remember now. Fixed it, flipped it back to herself. That's a ladies' facility for her now. Yeah. Forget about that for 2 seconds. 95% of y'all gonna be like what I did. Go ahead and rent it and lease it. And look how beautiful these pictures are. I dare one of y'all to say, Derek, that stuff's ugly, bro. But because there's so many women here, please tell me, guys, how did we do in terms of dressing this place up?
You did a great job.
And none of this stuff, now I'll admit that rug in the middle is new. But guys, hotels see what we do and they give us stuff. So why are we buying it? I'm showing tons of pictures. So my TikTok people, I want you to call me a liar right now if I'm not doing what I told you. TikTok people, I said I'm going to show you more than that one picture. Call me a liar right now in the chat if I'm not showing you more than what you saw on TikTok. Oh, and just so that you know, y'all, for my TikTok people, this is what I did for y'all today. I've been banned on TikTok for 3 days now because I kept giving y'all that phone number. You thought I was joking, right? This is how much I care that y'all come here. Wow. That I'll ban myself to give y'all that free gift to make sure you make it here. God has answered your prayer today. Somebody type in the chat, wow, boy, God has truly answered my prayer by putting this loudmouth boy Derek right in front of my face for the thing I've been praying for. And lucky for you, me and my wife do it together. She just nonprofit. I'm not. And watch this. I'm going to let her jump back on. But so far, does this make sense to anybody how we don't have to own the property? I can rent it or lease it. And social workers and case managers are my funnel system. And watch this, y'all. We're not selling chocolate candy. I'm not selling alarm systems. That's more of a want. Guys, this is a need. I don't care where you live at. Guys, there's a need in your city. Right now, let's be interactive. Please do this for me because I want to prove a point as I bring Shay up. Put in the chat right now, where are you guys located? My coaching is in 38 states. Shay and I pour into 38 states right now. I guarantee you nobody will list a state right now that we're not in. And we're in 38 states. So if you're in Washington, D.C., if you're in Montana, New Mexico, I can name a couple, but I guarantee you nobody will list a state right now that we're not in. Everybody put in the chat, where are you located? City and state. Because even since we made this slide, this number, who's in Bradenton? I was in Bradenton yesterday. My whole vacation was down there. Who's that? Cedric?
Said he's in Bradenton. We were in Bradenton.
Cedric, I was in Lone Boat Key for 5 days, bro. Yep. Big shout out to Big Sid down there. Put in the chat right now, who's in Wisconsin over there with Joanne? Who was that? Who's in Wisconsin?
In Jacksonville, Florida. We'll be there today.
I'm going to Jacksonville and St. Augustine in about 2 hours. Yep. Put in the chat right now, where were you guys located as I get ready to bring Shay back up? And she's here already. Okay?
We thought West Palm Beach, Maryland, Lehigh Acres, New Jersey, Covington, Georgia, South Carolina.
Keep going. Keep it going. Put in the chat, where will you launch your first ILF? Speaking faith right now, where are you located? And what I want to do real quick, Shay, I want to take a quick drink of my tea because I'm talking loud. I'm excited. But I want to give you guys a quick word from David and Denise. Yes. They're my alter ego. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. And I'm going to let Shay bless y'all with how she does the same thing that I do. But how does it work from a nonprofit side, or is it any difference at all? We'll be right back.
Hey, David, did you know that you can start your own housing program and it doesn't require you for you to own the property and you do not need a license? So how in the world would you do that? I was always told that you had to own the property and that there was always some kind of special license that you had to get from your city to do this. People always told me that there was lots of red tape to jump through. So you mean to tell me these are also not group homes? It's actually simple. They're called independent living facilities, and Forster Consultants actually created it. They hold the trademark for it. So I follow them religiously on Instagram at Forster Consultants as well as Facebook. And every Monday night at 6 p.m., they actually go live on YouTube at Forster Consultants, and I follow them there as well. So you mean to tell me my dream of becoming this housing provider that I've always dreamt of is closer than I realize? And again, you're telling me I don't need a license and I don't have to own the property. Absolutely. You do not have to own the property. You don't have to be a nurse. You don't have to be a CNA. And you can get started as soon as tomorrow. Click the link below for more information.
All right, guys, we are back. All right, so it's on me, ain't it? It's on me? I guess it's on me.
It might be. Let me check that. Let me check the chat real quick. I want to make sure that nobody so far is even confused just from the concept. So let's check on that, right? I've been talking now for 40 minutes, right? Obviously, I gave a lot of the background and the story, but is anybody lost on the concept of what this is, right? And I'll sum it up in 30 seconds, but is anybody lost? Because if you're not, I want 10 of y'all to type in the chat, Derek, I can do this, bro. Like, Derek, this seems like something I can do. I've been called to this, Derek. Let me know in the chat right now.
He called to it.
Okay? Are you called to this? Is this confusing so far? And obviously, I ain't done a lot of teaching yet, but is this confusing anybody? Does it sound something like you've been trying to do? And then I'm going to check the chat, and I'm going to give it over to Shay, because I see a lot of things that come in that I haven't read. So I want to jump in the chat, Shay, but I'll let you guide it, Shay, whether you want to do questions or whether you want to take off, Shay, because there's a lot of footage that we got to show today. And what I'm more excited about anything, I don't care if y'all forget everything I said so far. The 3-day challenge, May 20, 21, and 22, I'm getting ready to release the sign up for that right now. Nobody has got to sign up, and I want my YouTube family to get it first before we give it to the public on any social media. So today, you guys are going to get the website and the sign up today before anybody else does. Miss Shay, it's on you.
What we're doing today. So listen, you guys heard it.
I'm excited.
Right? Derek has been, while we were on vacation, chomping at the bit about y'all and this 3-day challenge, and I'm excited for him to be able to deliver that information to you as well. But I do want to talk about something really quickly, and I get asked this question a lot. Is it a big difference between a nonprofit and for-profit when I operate my ILFs? No, it's not. I use the same structure, the same model, the same rules, the same documentation, everything. The blessing for me is that this model allows for my nonprofit to have a steady flow of income, right? Most people go for the nonprofit structure thinking about grants, when a lot of people don't realize that they have to be grant ready, that most people do not start pouring into or giving grant funding to nonprofits unless they've been viable for 5+ years. Secondly, or thirdly, they don't, most times a substantial donor will not donate because they don't see no current consistency, I should say, in income from your nonprofit or donations, right? So my nonprofit, one of its primary purposes or income activities is my ILF. It's low income housing. It provides, a safe place for women. So it's not technically just low income housing. It's got a whole bunch of different structure around it as well. Hence the ILF model. But again, you want to know that from a nonprofit standpoint, my ILF operates exactly like if it was an LLC. The only thing is the allocation of funds and how I utilize the money that comes into the nonprofit. It doesn't go in my pocket. It goes right back into the deeds or doing the good works of the nonprofit organization. So that's where I wanted to just stick a pan in there before you go into what you want to talk about. Oh, well, I'm just reading the chat. So go ahead, go for it, D. I just gave my elevator pitch.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We're also going to take questions today as well, but I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
I'll admit I want to gear almost all of this conversation now towards the 3-day ILF challenge. So I'm almost nervous to say the website because I've been literally just anxious about
Did
it.
you
And
not
the
take
team.
a last peek at it?
No, I didn't actually.
Take another peek
and
at
the
it.
team literally just put the last finishing touches on it. So
Let him take a peek at it first, because I looked at it. I've seen it already.
And I'll admit, I don't care what it looked like. As long as they're able to sign up and move forward. There's so many people already waiting on it. So I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna do it. Also, Shay, so that they're not waiting on me, keep it going.
Yes.
Go in the chat and let's see if there's anything that you're able to answer or talk about just while I'm checking on that.
If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Now we're going to take this time to answer questions as I'm reading through the chat. But we definitely want to answer your questions. We're all about giving you value, helping you to make that decision on whether you want to do this, if this is something that you've definitely been called to do. One of the things I like and I love that Derek did in a newer presentation, and he's been discussing it a lot more, is the fact that this is a business, right? And anyone that is operating a business has to be willing to go through the trials of operating a business, right? Knowing that there's high seasons, there's low seasons, having your mindset that if this is something that God has called you to do, that no matter what, come hell or high water, you're going to persevere and walk through that. Man, it's ultimately the consistency of you getting out there and doing the work to help this thing become the brand that you want it to be in the earth. So just know that without work, don't even do it. Like it takes work. It takes consistency. It takes a tenacity to persevere. And it's honestly dealing with people, right? You've got to be a people's person. If you don't like people, this is going to be hard for you, right? You stand an easier chance of becoming like the other lady that was doing the housing herself. You want to make sure that the people are on the forefront of what you're doing and why you're doing this. So again, Kwani, we will get to that. I know Derek is definitely going to get into that in regards to pricing on beds. And then Tawanda Cobbs asks, have you guys worked with others in Alabama? Yes, we do.
Actually, one of our first, probably 5 coaching students ever in life came from Alabama. She was a nurse, so I always remember. And her name is the same as my sister, Tiffany. So big shout out to Tiffany and her husband.
Yep. Absolutely. So Michelle Jones says, I'm ready to be a blessing to those in need.
Absolutely.
I love it. And you don't realize how much of an impact you make until you've seen somebody walk in that door. And have that pitter patter in their heart that somebody cares enough to allow them to reside in such a place that they could never even fathom or imagine. So I love it. Oh, Tawana, I have a house in Anniston that I'm trying to remodel for ILF or renting. I think
Tawana might be close to Miss
Joanne's already responding to her. Yeah. So see, this is what I love about these times that we have on YouTube, because people can connect with each other, collaborate, have conversations, and see who's in the area. Joanne's been a part of our family for how long now? Joanne, you've been around for a long time.
Yeah. Joanne is just like the lady who she's talking to. Sitting like this on YouTube saying, wow, this sounds cool. And then Joanne jumped in it, and now she has multiple homes doing it, has sold one of them, also profited, is still in it. So absolutely.
Houston, Texas. We've got people all over Texas, actually.
Lots of people in that DFW area. Lots of places in Texas. Jacksonville, yes. So who's that? The Hopper family? Yes, Hooper or Hopper. Our family works in all our coaching works in all 50 states, right? And in fact, I'm headed to Jacksonville, St. Augustine in about 2 hours, right? So my mom and sister is there. So remember, happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers.
Happy Mother's Day.
We may even do something crazy for mothers. We usually do. But absolutely, if you guys are wanting, especially for the one-on-one coaching, right? I've made the 3-day challenge so stupid, crazily affordable. There will be nothing special on that. But the one-on-one coaching, if you guys do want that, I may mix some kind of Mother's Day sale into that. Never even thought of that. But happy Mother's Day to everybody. No, in fact, not probably. I will do that. But without further ado, I just text my team that I'm okay with the website. They can make some changes along the way if they would like. But most important to me, I now want to unveil to you guys for the first time live ever. You guys are hearing it first at 10:50 a.m. that the ILF challenge is now open for registration.
Let's go.
So you guys will visit www.ilfchallenge.com. Again, that's ilfchallenge.com. So I'm super excited about that. That's something that we thought on probably less than 2 weeks ago. And my team know me, I'm quick. If I have a thought about something, it's like, okay, how fast can we build it? Let's go. Because the information for me, I have it already. But to build it, get the domain, buy it, website, build out the website, the funnel, blah, 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 that takes time. So big shout out to Hermie. A lot of my staff, Alex, Denise, Erica, April, a lot of my staff that jumped it, Shay, a lot of my staff that jumped in on this at the last minute, which I do a lot of things, but I'm super excited, guys. That ILFchallenge.com is now open and ready officially at 10:50 a.m. It's now 10:51, but we open that up. So, guys, make sure you go check that out. I'm telling you right now, if you can't or you never thought about the one-on-one coaching, maybe because of cost, no problem. Guys, for general, like right now, this second, go ahead. So it over trumps this?
No, go.
If it don't, I'll be like, Shay, really?
It's in correlation.
So I tell you what, you go first.
No, you go.
Okay. So again, guys, the ILF challenge is for anybody that wants to get into this, that maybe you couldn't afford the one-on-one coaching or the timing was just off. Guys, general admission for 3 days of coaching is $97. VIP is only $147. And guys, if you know anything about me or our coaching, you can never get anything from us at that price point. But remember, and a lot of you new people don't know this, but remember, here's a time where I'm going to be real serious at, right? Because we're going to laugh and we're going to joke and have a great time here. But I want to be serious. I spoke over 2 weeks ago in this room and talked about all of us are going to, or all of us have been born, like me. I was born in 1981, November 16th. I don't know when I'm going to die. Right now on your tombstone or in your head, you got your date you was born, and then there's a dash. I promise to put everything I have into the dash. Because to me, the date you was born and the date you die are not the most important. To me, it's the dash in the middle that signifies what did you do in between those two times? What did you do with the life God gave you? So I'll admit, even me doing this thing for 3 days at this price point, it's me giving it to that dash. Because our one-on-one coaching, guys, is usually $7,500. The DIY is usually $1,000. But for the whole year of 2025, the one-on-one coaching is only $4,997. $3 away from $5,000. The whole year is on sale. The DIY is on sale for $497 the entire year. That's another way of me putting everything that I got into the dash because I want to help more people. This 3-day challenge, I'll admit y'all, for 3 days for $97, that's like $32 a day. And then for the $147 for the VIP, guys, again, it's just unbeatable. So let me give you what's involved in it. Obviously, you got the website now. But the general admission, all 3 days, hardcore teaching of what this is, how to get started, and real fast coaching on how to find that property and how to fill those beds. The VIP people, you guys not only get the 3 days, but you also get the recording. And I'll admit, guys, nobody should get the $97 one. Guys, for $150, you're going to not get 3 days of coaching and the recordings. And the VIP people, I'm answering all y'all questions live during the event. And those people also meet with me 30 minutes to an hour before each day to ask questions and continue to get poured into. And the VIP also gets, and there's more, they get a free, another gift that's going to be coaching that I haven't even talked about yet of what it's going to be. I'm just calling it an additional free gift. That one's going to be a surprise. So again, guys, I hope you guys are excited. The ILF challenge has been something that we've thought about. We want to make it stupid, crazy, affordable. Because I'll be honest, guys, I want this to be so affordable that if you don't get it, I want you to feel bad about it. Because if you claim that God has put this in your heart, you won't spend $150 for 3 days. Yeah. Like, think about that. Somebody divide that. Like, I ain't great at math. What is $150 divided by 3 days? Like, that's crazy. And each day will probably be over 2 hours easily. Y'all know how I coach. My YouTube channel go for 2 hours for free. So can you imagine what the 3-day challenge will be?
It's going to be a lot.
So again, guys, May 20, 21, and 22. And I'm done, Shay. And we'll come back on by the but you had something.
So the first person to go ahead and make that purchase today will get a free gift from the Angela Denise Foundation. I think the Angela Denise Foundation is going to bless the people, Derek.
Well, I wasn't going to mention it, but I already out-trumped you. I was going to give the first 10 people with something else additionally that I wasn't going to tell them about.
Trying to get into. So how about that?
But
on this day,
I'm excited. And I already know for a lot of you guys, that's also going to lead to the one-on-one coaching. So again, I'm just super excited, man. Again, for $97 general admission, and then for $147 for 3 days, all the recordings and meeting with me 30 minutes to an hour before each day. So, guys, it's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so
you're going to do 30 minutes earlier?
So probably 30 minutes to an hour each day. The VIPs will meet with me before starting.
Nice.
And then I'm going to answer all of the VIPs' questions live.
I love that.
And then they get an additional gift that I'm not even telling them what it's going to be, but it will be some form of coaching in terms of what this is. So I'm excited about that. So we can get back into some coaching. We can get back into the chat, but I absolutely want to make sure that we put that up because a lot of you guys have been waiting for that. And again, guys, for 97 or 147, in my opinion, you shouldn't even get the 97 because it's going to be so much information. You're going to forget it as soon as it's over. The 147 actually gives you the recordings and the notes, the transcript, the to-do, right? You don't have to remember. It's going to be time-stamped. Yeah. So the software that we use, guys, is going to break all of my talking down in notes in like a to-do. The VIPs get all of that. So in my opinion, guys, you shouldn't, and shame on me, I probably shouldn't even offered it. But because I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to get in, I had to make a lower tier. But in my opinion, unless you take really great notes, you probably shouldn't get the one for $97.
So just so everybody's aware, this is a 3-day Zoom challenge.
Yep,
so this is a virtual event. So that way you don't have to leave the comfort of your home. You can
I make it convenient.
It's right here it's on the screen. The website is ilfchallenge.com. You can go ahead and sign up. It is right above both of our face, right below both of our amazing little squares here. So go ahead and sign up. It is time to get started. Get excited about this because we sure are. It's a lot of information that you'll be able to receive. And get you on the road to starting your own independent living facility. And congratulations, we've got our first person. Derek didn't hear me.
Oh, actually, 2 people. 3 people.
3.
Wow. That's what I call moving at the speed of instruction. You guys, so
congratulations.
And I love it that it's time stamped because I'm going to bless you guys with something that you don't even know about yet. But that's what I call moving at the speed of instruction. This, again, the people that I've already been waiting on this. So I'm not actually even surprised by that. A lot of people have been asking. So I absolutely love it.
Congratulations, y'all. And again, I'm going to go through that and I'll be sending out a free gift to you all as well.
Yep.
I know Derek will be, but I also from the Angela Denise Foundation want to say.
Now, Shay's gift may need your address. Shay gift may be physical.
I already have their address because they had to do that for sign up.
Good.
So, absolutely.
Perfect.
So I have their address. So I will be.
Somebody says put it in the chat. Put what in the chat exactly? I'm not sure what you mean.
If it's trying to log into the.
Let our assistant know that things went well on his end too, because he wants to know that he did a great job. Because I rushed him through that whole process, right? Joanne says, "Derek, you are robbing yourself." Just kidding. I'm just saying the information's Y'all know why Joanne said that? Because Joanne paid $7,500 to me. Joanne paid the old price, y'all. So what I'm trying to tell y'all now, Joanne is telling y'all that this is the cheat code to get me for 3 days. And I'll admit, after the 3 days, most of y'all gonna want to even advance to the one-on-one coaching. But even if you don't, I've set this 3 days to be such hardcore. And because the people that already bought it are also getting the transcript, the notes, the to-do, and all 3 days of recording and meeting with me, watch this. Anybody, all 73 of y'all that purchased the DIY, all y'all need to be in this. You know why? Because you got everything else already. The DIY, you guys are so lucky. You already got all the material. You got all the paperwork, all the documents. These folks just get the teaching.
I love it.
Which is great. But remember, if you're a DIY and you only paid that fee you paid, please do yourself a favor and get more coaching and get into this. Why wouldn't you? It's like now you're getting that piece of that one-on-one from me, right? So make sure you guys do that. If you purchase the DIY, again, I'm encouraging you to come to this 3-day challenge. And I already got 5 people already that said, well, Derek, I can't make it because I'm out of town that week. So I'm buying the 147 so you can send me my recording. Yep. Genius. Very smart of you to do that. Yeah. Okay? So I'm also going to let you know, thank you again, Miss TT. She just signed up.
Welcome.
Brittany's asking, where is the DIY? So the DIY is on our website. So at Forster Consultants, guys, there's 2 coaches. I make it real easy. One-on-one coaching is called the ILF Mastery Blueprint, where I hold your hand, I become your family. You get my personal number. The DIY, you get everything that package gets except Shay and I. Mm-hmm. You don't get me in the DIY. But how smart is it if you get the DIY and you get this thing? Because you get me for 3 days now. Yeah. And a lot of you smart people, out of probably 82 of y'all, I think 45 of y'all upgraded to the $47 a month to where you're in that private community. Very smart. So if I were you, I would join all of those together. Listen to what I just said. If you can't afford that $4,997 to $5,000 one-on-one coaching, guess what you should do? DIY. Upgrade to the $47 a month to be in the private community where we still meet one-on-one and you can text 5 days a week questions in the community. Yeah. And then still get the ILF challenge. That's kind of like you're a la carting my services, which is very smart and affordable. How many people agree with that? Like, that's, to me, is a no-brainer.
So D. Ross is asking, is this on your website? Can't access. So what?
The challenge is not.
The challenge is not.
The challenge is a whole separate deal that I'll probably never do again in life.
Correct. Look at the information for the ILF challenge is right here below us. It says ilfchallenge.com. That is where you're going to sign up. That is the website, ilfchallenge.com. I'm laughing at Katara and Joanne in the chat. They're like,
they're all laughing because when they took these things, they paid $5,000, $4,500, $75,000. Like, guys, like, my new people have no clue what kind of deal this is. My older people, they're like, dang, Derek, like, why we couldn't get it like that?
You. She said you cheating yourself.
Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I'll probably never do this challenge again ever at this price.
Never.
That general fee will probably be like $2,500, right? For 3 days of what it takes me to pour into this. Yeah. And if you know me, like, you know, like, prime example, if you don't know me, watch this. When we're done here, go to my YouTube channel, which is this, click the button that says live. Guys, I got over 765 videos that are over 2 and 3 and 4 hours long. 700, almost 800. So to get this coaching at this price, y'all, but the value you're going to get, it's a no-brainer. But again, I'll admit, it's me pouring everything I got this year into that dash. Even if it means discounting something that would cost other people thousands, I want y'all to get it. And again, guys, if I'm correct, that website, my guy put a timer on it. I think that's 9 days away.
Yeah.
So you don't got a lot of time to think about it, but you kind of sort of do. Tiffany Walker is another one that paid me $5,000, probably $7,000, right? So they know the value that you guys are getting. And again, y'all, it's 3 days. So I don't want to spend a bunch of time on it. A lot of y'all are already getting it. I can see it. But Shay, make sure the team puts it out to social media today, at least by 2 o'clock. I wanted my YouTube family and my TikTok folks to get it first before anybody got it on social media.
And the reason why we're doing this, guys, is we want to take the excuse out of you having the access to the information, right? I don't want you to leave this event saying that you didn't have access to information when this is what we're gearing 3 days of our time. Time is and we can't get time back, guys, right? Once we spend these 3 days with y'all, that's time.
Joanne said, Tiffany, are you hearing this, sis?
They gonna be at you, Derek. So yeah, listen.
How many are you all new to me and you have no clue the deal you just got? Like Tiffany and Joanne been around for years.
And you know, we made
type in the chat if you new to us, Shay and I. Shay, go ahead.
Derek, what I'm actually text you what I think we should do. I'm gonna send you a text message so that you can see if this is something that you want to.
Because people are study buying it.
Yeah.
Nobody's bought the 97 yet, and that makes sense.
And
like
what I love about
to me, it just don't make sense.
Yeah. What I love about our system is that we can see all of this information
in
real time.
The Nash family just got it. The Greenfield family just got it.
Don't spread all they didn't.
Yeah, a bunch of your DIY people just got it. No, that's congratulating them. That ain't spreading their business. These are the same people that say, God, I want to change my life, and you gave me Derek to do it. Let's go. Because as I always tell you, between God and my family, we're going to change your life. And then we together going to say, God did it. That's how it works, y'all.
I just text you my question.
Brittany said she knew. So, Brittany, you have no clue that I'm almost giving this away. Like,
yeah, it's
no clue.
It's just a step away from $3.99.
Yeah, I'm giving this away, guys, at this price. But just back into the coaching real quick, because this again, I listed on that website. What are the 3 days containing? And it's this right here on their screen.
And the website
how do we take
ILFchallenge.com? People keep asking, what is the website? And I got it right underneath.
Very
ILFchallenge.
big on the screen. Yep.
It's bigger than us.
I'll even put it in the chat. ILF challenge.
No, if I spelled it wrong, then that might be the issue. But
so I want to talk about this real quick, and we'll talk a lot about this over these 3 days. When people ask me, well, Derek, what happens when you get the call from the guy? I said, Derek, I ain't sharing no room. I'm a grown man, Derek.
Yeah.
Well, we also got private suites. Uh-oh, there goes Charmaine now. Charmaine said, am I hearing this right, Joanne?
Oh, Derek,
Charmaine, another that paid probably $7,500. Like, the new people have no clue what they get it, right? Because even the one-on-one coaching now, all year long is only $4,997.
Yeah.
I allow people to team up and partner. Like, it's crazy.
No excuses.
But anyway,
all excuses.
This is that room that we provide for the guy that says, Derek, I ain't sharing no room, bro. I'm a grown adult, bro. No problem. Because in this one environment, there's 3 different settings.
Yeah.
The first set is what I've been showing you all day, those 2 people per room. The next one is the private suite that actually has 1 bed and a bathroom. Does that make sense, everybody? So back to that other point, and I'll drop this down. Then there's one more model where it's that 1 bed, but there is no bathroom in that room. They still share the hallway bathroom.
Correct.
So 3 models inside of the one. 2 beds means you got a roommate. 1 bed, no roommate, but you share the hallway bathroom. The other model, 1 bed and your own bathroom. That's a suite. So we got something to fit everybody, Miss Tasha, no matter the phone call. But what I don't do, I don't house women and children. I don't house families, and I don't house pregnant women past 5 months. If some lady calls Shay and she's 3 months pregnant, as long as there's a plan behind that, Shay gonna probably house that lady. But if she called me and she's 7.5, 8 months pregnant, man, where are you going? What is your plan after this? Because this environment may not be for you. But because we're so good at referrals and referring people to the right placement, that's a big part of what we do. What happens if I get a call from a family? We give them resources because the ILF model houses the individual, male or female.
Correct.
And to answer that question from the Jones family, I don't do co-ed, meaning men and women in the same house,
but
never in the same room, but in the same house. I don't. But we coach a lot of people that love it. So if you say, well, Derek, I want to do co-ed. I don't mind women and men in the same place, but not together. Well, knock yourself out. I just don't. My brother, who I started this with many years ago, who passed away, my brother loved co-ed. Mm-hmm. He believed that co-ed brought cohesiveness. Mm-hmm. I thought co-ed brings a party. So I said no to that. Type in the chat, 5 of y'all. Will you go co-ed or not? Type in the chat. Let me know.
So this is the 3-day challenge is a Zoom. It is not on YouTube. The link will be sent out every day. Not right before, but give you time to log in. With those that are VIP, getting early access login codes and access to join, and then those that are purchasing the regular ticket will get access post the VIP meetup.
Yep.
So Zoom. It's Zoom. It's a Zoom.
And also, guys, I'll say it now, but on the website, it kind of even talks about how the pattern of these 3 days will go, right? So day one, unlock the opportunity. Like, what is this? Who will we house? How do we choose it? Would it be seniors, veterans, working people?
Yeah.
Like, what is the opportunity of this? Some of y'all heard this today, but I'm going to go deeper. And I'm going to add a lot of other stuff too that I didn't talk about it. Day 2, quickly, because everybody asks it, Derek, how do I get that property? That's the whole way I built this 3-day challenge, y'all. What are y'all asking me the most? Derek, what are we saying, Derek, to the homeowner to allow him to rent the house to me and I put my 10 people in it?
Correct.
Huh? Derek, what does that sound like? I'm giving it to y'all. And day 3, plug in the profit system, how we make money from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
How do we fill these beds with reliable residents? How do we keep it running smoothly? How do we keep the income coming in consistently? Because with that, that's how you leave your job. Because if it ain't consistent, maybe you got to keep your job.
Right.
But remember, the way I teach it, I took a page out of my brother's book. If you got a great job and it don't bother you, you keep your job and you do this too. And then we'll pick a day, God and I and you together, of when you walk off that job.
Yeah.
But boy, if you anything like me, your goal is 3 to 6 months of meeting me. I want you to leave that place. Okay? That's the goal, and that's the stat that we're seeing from a lot of people now. Can somebody type in the chat, Derek, I can imagine that. Can you imagine leaving and resigning your job 3 to 6 months from today? I'll go 6 to 9, but can you imagine, because some people doing it in 3 to 6. Can you imagine 3 to 6 months leaving your job from today? Or choose it from May 20th.
I love it. Pathways to Foundation said, I'm keeping my job.
Exactly. You
and
like my brother Otis.
Wait, see, I
exactly.
love that. When people think that way, it's all about preparing for the future, right? You're setting up other milestones in the process. I love that. Even though we didn't do it, but just guys, I love it. I love it.
I'm telling you, man, if you desire to leave your job, I coach people to do it different than I did. I'm honest, and I tell y'all that I would have done it a little bit different. And certain reasons, I'll admit right now, reason number 1, I didn't know about business credit. So here's a quick lesson, dummy Derek. You can't leave your W-2 job and then go to the bank asking for business loans, business lines of credit, because they don't trust your ILF. They don't trust your LLC. For some reason, the banks love your W-2 job. So dummy me, I quit my job and then try to go to the bank to get business lines of credit, and they say, Derek, bro, you just quit your job. What you talking about? You want a loan, Derek, and credit cards. That's enough, Derek. If you kept that job you was on for 9 years, dummy, we'd have gave you all the money you wanted, bro. I'm just honest. At the moment, that was a dumb decision.
It was a dumb decision.
But watch this. It's actually not dumb. It's called ignorance. Lack of knowledge is ignorance. And somewhere in that good book talks about that too. Our people perish for a lack of knowledge. We don't do so well in life for the lack of knowledge. We miss out on opportunities sometimes because of the lack of knowledge. And one of my favorite ones, I want 5 of y'all to steal this today and post it on your social media. Derek says, stop being poor. But watch this. Poor don't mean Derek ain't got no money. Poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Don't put it in the chat, but just nod to yourself in your living room that if you know you're supposed to be doing this, but you kept passing it over. Repeatedly, you were not, though. Poor means, somebody put it in the chat, poor. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. This would be the last time you hear this model of housing that you pass it over. Today is your day. Make sense? Like Miss Cobb said, I'm so choked up right now. God has answered my prayers. She's so smart, she didn't even put me in the sentence. So smart of her. Forget Derek. She gave the credit to God, which I do as well. Because guess what my prayer is every day, Tawanda? God, I decrease so that you can increase inside of me and my coaching program. Yeah. Forget about Derek. Have your way, Lord. I coach you guys. Forget about Derek. Guess who my city is really in love with? Second Chance Housing. Yeah. That's the name of my program. Don't care about Derek, but Second Chance Housing is changing lives in my community. Here's some more free coaching before my challenge on the 20th. Don't put the word housing in your name like me. That was dumb. I didn't know that. The banks hate real estate. They view it as a high-risk industry. Watch this, Cobbs family. What I know today and what I'm going to teach you, here's some free coaching. My name should have been Second Chance Solutions, Second Chance Enterprise, Second Chance Foundation, Second Chance Project, Second Chance Group. That's some good coaching right there, because the bank loves those names. I want y'all to be bankable. Yeah. You go anywhere with the word housing, you just turned yourself into a $1,000 credit card that could have been $10,000. Don't use home, houses, living, none of that stuff. Make it sound generic, non-housing. 5 of y'all type in the chat, wow, bro, thanks, Dick. I didn't know that. I didn't either. That's why my coaching teaches y'all not to do what I did. Now, lucky for me today, I'm so established that my name don't matter now. Yeah. But from day one, I struggled because the name housing was in it. If you under my coaching right now, 5 of y'all put your name in the chat. Watch how their names are different from me. Guys, the student is supposed to always outdo the teacher. I want y'all to be better at this than me. Yeah. Most coaches ain't like that. I want you, because what God has got for me is for me. So y'all can't stop me. I want to enrich y'all lives through this information. And watch this. Here's another quote that we live by. Move at the speed of revelation. Move at the speed of instruction. Exactly. When you hear something that is this powerful and you feel like God has called you to it, what are you waiting on? Does that make sense? Like, what are we waiting on when he's put me in front of your face, my YouTube channel full of stuff? And watch this. If you buy nothing from me, join us every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday on YouTube. Yes, it's free. I have a no excuse zone. I got something for everybody. Free stuff, one-on-one coaching, group coaching. I got a do-it-yourself version. And now I come out with this 3-day challenge. Guys, I'm hard to beat like that. Guess what that's called? I'm putting everything I got into this dash because I don't know what day I'm going to die. Right now, it's 1981, November 16, dash. I'm putting everything I got into this dash, meaning teaching y'all how to change y'all life in your community. Can you imagine having a business that the blessing of God is already built into it? That's what this is.
You're preaching today, sir.
Shay, the blessing already built into this.
Preaching, sir.
Shay, you know that we prayed for money. We prayed for God change our life. God ain't gonna get none of y'all no money.
It's not just gonna fall from the sky.
Like, never. He gonna give you the idea that can change your city, that can change your family, that can change your church. Wow. And some of y'all, it's gonna come through this. He ain't gonna give you no wads of money. He gave you the idea to start this, and now he put my big mouth in front of your face. Now you have no excuses. 3-day challenge, May 20th, 21st, and 22nd. For $147, you'll be doing yourself a disservice if you don't get it. Make sense, everybody? I'm going back in the chat. Before we do that, I'm going to play a quick commercial, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. We're super excited. Y'all got a lot of choices of where y'all could have been today, but y'all chose to be here, and we super appreciate that. Make sure that you guys are following us here on YouTube so that you don't miss any of this footage. Because again, guys, we go live 3 days a week, right? Also follow me at Facebook at Derek Forston. Be my friend. I want you guys to friend request me. Won't you be my friend? But more important than being my friend, when you go there to my page, be nosy. Go and look at what we're doing. Look at how we're changing lives of the people that we're serving, meaning our coaching clients.
Yeah.
But more importantly to me, look at the lives that we're changing right in the communities that we live in, right? The latest one that's on my page